What is going on, guys? Today I want to talk about something that I've been getting a lot of questions about in Clash Royale Merge Tactics. This is going to be a shorter video today, but I wanted to address everything about this topic in one video to make it a short guide that you can watch if you have a lot of questions about this as well. And the topic of today is the troop pool in Merge Tactics. So I'm going to go through everything that you need to know about the troop pool, why you're cycling through your deck and you can't find the cards you want, why you might get a hand of blank cards and you can't buy anything. I'm going to try to explain all of that in a short video today. And what I'm going to do is actually show you guys a photo of exactly what I've encountered a few times while playing the game. And I'm actually going to switch to a new screen here. One of my the biggest comments that I've been getting over and over is, can you shrink your face? And I'm not offended by that. I understand. So I developed this new screen here. This is actually an iPhone screenshot, so it's not exactly sized. But let me know if you guys like this more, and I'll definitely keep this kind of outline. I'm not a graphic designer at all, so I know the lines aren't the most beautiful thing, but I can fix that too. But let's dive right into it here. So the troop pool in Merge Tactics is a group of cards that you can buy and sell from. That's pretty straightforward. You know that. They tell you that as soon as you start the game. What they don't tell you is that there are a limited amount of troops shared between every single player. So there's 4 players, and every single troop has exactly 4 copies in the troop pool. So when you're refreshing your deck, it is being refreshed with copies of cards that are still available, that other people haven't purchased, that you haven't purchased, and that aren't sitting in other people's hands. That makes it really confusing, and it's actually a small number when you think about it. So I believe, and I might be wrong on this, but I believe there are 20 cards. So there are 80 possible cards in the troop pool. Everybody's hand, if all players are active, there's 12 cards in that troop pool plus everything that there is on the board. So at the end of the day, you're kind of cycling through fewer and fewer cards as the game progresses. That explains why you are not able to find everything you need right off the bat. Only 4 copies. If somebody has, a 3-star of a troop, you're not going to find anything else. And that's just in standard gameplay. There are modifiers that can give you more than 4 cards, and there's the Goblin trait, of course. The Goblin gives you the two Goblin synergy gives you an extra 2 Elixir Goblin every time, either Dark Goblin or Spear Goblin. Having 4 Goblins can get you Stab Goblin or Spear Goblin. Having 4 Goblins on the board can get you a Goblin Machine or a Dark Goblin. Besides that, there are only modifiers that can give you more troops than are currently in the troop pool. Things like, each time you buy a card, it gives you a 2-star for the first time each turn. That's a diamond modifier that will give you more. Echo Bench, if you put something on the right side of your bench and it copies it, that's going to give you more. The first kill that gives you that troop on your team, that's going to give you more. So there are modifiers that allow you to get more than 4 cards. That's how you can get 4 stars, as you've probably seen in either videos or in your own gameplay. But in a standard modifier, in a standard mode, no modifiers whatsoever, there are only going to be 4 copies of the card. So then you're wondering, okay, well, I've played against other people, dead people who have a 2-star, but I have a 3-star of the same card. Well, that's because when an opponent loses and they lose all 10 of their health, their cards are all entered back into the pool. Yes, they keep the troops they have. So if I was playing against a guy with a 2-star Royal Ghost before I got my 3-star, then he would have put both of his Royal Ghosts back in the pool. That happens for their cards that are on the field. That happens for the cards that are in the bench. And obviously, since they're not playing anymore, they don't have any cards rotating through their hand. That's why at the end of the game, you are actually able to cycle and see a lot more cards that you weren't able to see before because other people have put them back in the pool after they've lost the game. So you are able to build a 3-star naturally, except unless somebody else has one of those cards in their hand, on their board, or in their cycling deck slot. There are strategies that you can use to kind of hurt your opponents because of the way this troop pool is set up. There's something called blocking. And there's multiple ways you can block. Obviously, if you have a troop on the field and there's no modifier that gives you extra troops, the opponent who's also going for that same troop is not going to be able to get it to 3 stars. That's a given. Now, if you're going up against somebody late game, and maybe it's a one-on-one situation, and they are really trying to build up a synergy that's really going to hurt you, what you can do is you can block by choosing a card that they're trying to go for and keeping it on your bench. So, keeping it on your bench or putting it in play. So say I was going against a guy who was going for the Ranger synergy with Princess, Archer, and Dark Goblin. By buying a Princess, I was able to block him and keep him from getting that 3-star Princess. Because of that, I'm able to kind of hurt him in a way and help myself out by making sure he's not able to max out his cards. Normally in blocking, you put it on the bench. Here, I happen to be able to just put it in the game. So that's what blocking is. And then I'm going to explain how you end up with a blank card slot. Thankfully, they have fixed a glitch that happened here. Before, you would cycle through your deck, you would get to a blank card slot, and then you get to the next round, and they were all blank again. Thankfully, they patched that. Now, when a new round starts, it refills your cards with available cards to purchase. But the way this happens is that you cycle through, and instead of putting in only cards that are still available in the round, they will put in the cards all the cards that started in the round as well. So you can see that I have a 3-star Prince here, a 3-star Royal Ghost, and let's say an opponent has a 3-star P.E.K.K.A. Well, because all 4 of each copy are in the game, they are not going to show up and be able to be bought, but their blank slot is still going to fill the cycle in the pool. So what I did here is I cycled, and the RNG, the generator for my card pool, or for my hand, put in, say, a Prince, a Royal Ghost, and a P.E.K.K.A. That means that they're all 3 blank, there's nothing I can buy, and I have to wait until the next round to be able to buy another card. I don't know whether they plan to fix this or if this is an intentional part of the game, but that's why that happens. So be aware of that. When you're cycling through, just make sure that you're staying on top of what you know you can buy. So, you know, if you're really trying to, if you look at my scenario again, say you're really trying to get that 3-star Golden Knight, but you see your opponent has a 2-star Golden Knight, don't waste the time cycling through. Go for something else. Maybe try to get a 3-star Goblin, maybe a 3-star Knight, maybe use your Elixir to try to block him, but don't get stuck in endless cycling. That's how a lot of people can lose the games at the end of the round because they want to cycle through their deck and the cards are not there. Use your Elixir in other ways, build up smaller cards, block for your opponent. That's what's going to really help you win games. I didn't want to go on too long in this video, so hopefully this is a really quick guide on how the Troop Pool works. If you have any questions about it, please ask them in the comments. I try to reply to every one of them that I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video if this helped you out. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.